When we talk about successful people, what is the first name in your mind? Is it Bill Gates or Michael Jordan? Or maybe your mentor? The person I want to bring to the table today is definitely not among those big names. His name is Jiro, an 85-year-old Japanese sushi chef who is not retired yet. I recently watched a documentary film about Jiro. It could be bored to tears. Everyone in that film is more than 50 years old. But amazingly, its rating in IMDb is higher than any Harry Potter movies. By bringing Jiro's stories, I hope you can find answers of the following 3 questions relating to success. First, how successful it could be in such an insignificant industry like making sushi. Second, what are the secret recipes behind Jiro's successful career? And third, do you have a complete life? The first thing I want to do is to convince you that how successful it can be for a sushi owner. And I will list 3 facts. Fact 1, how much to eat in Jiro's sushi restaurant? Let's do a comparison. In Toronto, a decent sushi meal may cost you $30. In Jiro's sushi restaurant, it starts from $300. Starts means a basic set of meal that may only last 15 minutes. However, reservation is mandatory for both lunch and dinner, and it has to be made 1 month in advance. Fact 2, in the food industry, there is a famous standard called the Michelin Guide, which was originated in France in 1900. A perfect 3-star Michelin rating means it's worth to make a trip to that country only to eat at that restaurant. Jiro Sushi is the only 3-star restaurant in the world that doesn't have a built-in washroom. It was the quality of the food won its honor. Fact 3, a famous food writer who ate in numerous places thinks sushi will never come back to the same level if this sushi master left the industry. Let's move to the second question. What are the secrets behind his success? By using my own words, they are love, consistent love, and extensive love. Jiro fell in love deeply to his work and gave his life to it. He will make sushi in his dreams and jump out of bed at night with new ideas. He has been doing the same work for 60 years, but his passion of making better sushi still increases every day. Consistency is easy to say, but hard to keep. Let me give you an example of how he prepared octopus for his sushi. He massaged it for 30 minutes for softer texture. This sounds tedious, but every day he still kept thinking to elevate. Now, this preparation requires 45 minutes of massaging with the right rhythm to make it to taste even better. Finally, we are in the extensive love part. Jiro picked the team of best suppliers and made them to love his business. For example, his rice vendor is the best in Japan. But it's interesting that this vendor's first priority is to provide the best rice to Jiro's. Not because this old man is handsome. Actually, it's not. But Jiro's special cooking method makes their rice taste the best. Now you may understand why people line up to pay for a sushi meal that starts from $300. Every detail in each sushi roll is the best of the best. So far, I hope you agree that Jiro is very successful in his career. But I feel he's not a completely successful person because he doesn't have a life other than work. When Jiro's 2 sons were still boys, they asked their mom, who is the stranger in their house? And the stranger was Jiro himself. Jiro was such a workaholic that every day he left the house before his boys woke up and came back after they fell asleep. Obviously, he missed all the good times in his childhood. There are 2 kinds of people in this world. One lives for work, the other works to live. In Jiro's skill balance, work is his entire life. That explains why he doesn't want to retire at the age of 85, and he feels extremely bored during public holidays when his store is closed. The film's name is Jiro's Dream of Sushi. And it was a surprise that such a boring film could kill that many cells in my brain. Before I finish my speech, I want to leave 3 more questions with you. First, if someone who is making sushi for his entire life can go to this level of success, should we feel lucky that we are in a better career platform for our own success? Second, how can you make yourself love your work more? The degrees you like your job probably reflects how successful you are in your career. And last but not least, do you still have a colorful life if you suddenly don't need to work anymore? In other words, do you live for work or work to live? Thank you.